Welcome back to the Zmonster Channel. Yes, we are in, what are we in? We are in April here in South Carolina, and everything is starting to green up. All the trees are starting to get their leaves on. We had to cut the grass for the first time. Got some garden stuff happening. I wanted to show you that and do a little update. We've got some starter plants going here. We've got tomatoes and some jalapeno peppers growing in here. Got the starters going. Some of these are almost ready to be going into the ground. We got some other plants, seeds started in some of these other little containers here, looking nice and pretty. But let's head on out to the garden and see what we got growing over there too, because that's what everybody is interested in, more than just seeing our yard, although it is a big awesome yard. Green all around, well, all except for that part over there. That part of the property belongs to our sister, who's trying to sell it off out from under us, and yeah, it's unfortunate, but she won't sell it to me, so we're just kind of stuck. All right, we haven't planted anything over here. We still have all of our leaves and everything else covering the ground, trying to keep all the weeds down, which is working great for that. Let me start over here, because this is probably the best place to start, right as soon as you walk in. This is the asparagus box here, and as you can see, yes, we have asparagus. There's asparagus growing. Now, it took several years to get this to start growing asparagus all the time. I believe we've been at it 4 years now. This is the 4th year that these plants have been in the ground, and we get them to grow. My wife just snaps them off and eats them while she's out here in the garden. Sometimes she brings a couple of them in and she'll steam them or something, but that's about it. Underneath this canopy here, we have some peas and beans growing, and they seem to be pretty happy in there. Yeah, we got them under some shade, but not under heavy plastic. In the box number 3, we have more of the same. We got some more beans. We've got one strawberry plant here that survived from before on that end, and then over here we've got some more beans and peas, and we have a few strawberry plants in here that survived. I think, what is it, 1, 2, 3, and there's one over there against the side, 4, 5, it looks like. Everything else is beans and pea plants, starter plants, and those seem like they're pretty happy right now too. Inside here, which is actually our compost box, one of those, we have planted carrots, and they are super happy in here. They love to grow in compost, apparently. My wife planted a whole bunch of these in here. Kind of uncovered a little bit. She's actually coming out to water them tonight, but yeah, these are nice little plants. They seem nice and happy. The soil was nice and soft, so they'll be able to grow down really nice. And we just cover it with the netting so that a little bit of sun gets in there, and we can actually water them right through there too. So that's pretty nice. All right, we'll go over to the far end here really quick. Updates, always garden updates. That's the fun. Got the, yes, grapes are growing back. These are our 2 seedless grape plants here. And as you can see, we've got little grapies coming up. And it's all budding up under there. I was worried about this one coming back on the top, but we are getting the leaves growing on the bottom, so I'm hoping that it continues on up here. I can see a few buds coming up here, higher up, but it seemed a little bit more brittle up on the top, so I don't know. Now, these are the seeded grapes. These are the muscadines. This is our original grape plant here that we just keep cutting back. You know, you see the stalk is getting nice and thick, so this one's gonna be really nice for us. And it's getting nice leaves, as well as the little buds going on there. And this one here, the same thing. Nice little buds going there. All right, but that'll be for that one. Then we've got our fig trees. This is the big one from the garden. We have other ones outside. It's got the leaves growing on the bottoms here, and some of these here started to grow and then like got burned off from the sun and stuff. So I'm hoping that it'll grow up more here. Let me go around here so you can see. You can see it's getting buds up here higher where we cut it off. I was worried that we cut it off too short, but like I said, it was budding up, coming up, and then it stopped because I need to cut this one probably way down. This thing is growing like a monster here. Then we got blueberries, and we got blueberries. And these were all flowered up, and we're gonna hopefully get some blueberries out of those pretty soon. Yes, that's what it's gonna look like. Then growing back here on the first row, yes, we have onions and garlic and lettuce growing inside this canopy here. Some nice lettuce, and we've been eating this lettuce. We've been having salads as much as possible, trying to lose weight before we get to our trip to California that's coming up. So we've got a lot of these lettuce plants growing out here. And now this doesn't look like much from far away, and probably neither does this side here until you really get down in here. But you can see here, there is garlic plants like every few feet. There's garlic plants in several of these rows here. Well, actually in all the rows. You can see them here and there. And the reason is that my wife saw something on YouTube that says that some of these bugs and critters and stuff don't like garlic, so they stay away from the garlic. So she planted garlic, and then we're going to be planting the tomato bushes and the pepper bushes, jalapenos and stuff, which the bugs also don't like, in between all of the tomato plants to try and keep the bugs off of the tomatoes and see if that works. I'm hoping we get a hybrid tomato jalapeno myself, but we'll see. Got a couple oddball little carrots and other spices and things here. We got some onions growing over here. We're waiting to see for it to seed up so that we can put some more out there. You can see here we still got a lot more garlics growing. All over the place here in all the rows. Looks like a little parsley growing here. All right, we got another plant over here that we're waiting for it to seed up in there. All underneath all of this here, we have potatoes. One row is going to be like the red potatoes, and then the other side here is going to be like the leftover red ones and some the golden potatoes. And the rest are here. And this row, what is in this row over here? No, the green. Oh, garlic, yeah. So it is all garlic on this one too. Okay, they're just bigger plants for some reason. But you can see we got them all growing through here, waiting to put in all the starter plants that you saw on the deck. And then we're going to be getting this area here ready for a few more plants. There is, like I said, there is garlics growing on a couple of these rows here in anticipation for other plants, and along the fence line here. But yeah, we are in full garden prep and starter mode here with the starter plants and everything else. So if the starter plants don't take off super good, then we will have to go and buy some, but we're really trying to not buy any starter plants this year. We're trying to grow everything from seed, from plants that we've already had before, and see if it'll be more cost effective, as well as keeping all the annual things going that we've had going. Now we still do have the flower bed that's outside our master bedroom that has some lemongrass in it. It has some parsley, it has some peppermint and stuff like that. We've got these 3 fig trees out here and our peach tree, which we don't think is going to make it. For some reason it took off the 1 year, dropped all the peaches off early in the season, and it just really didn't progress. And then of course now the wilderness is growing in towards our garden. It actually should be, I don't know if you guys can see the trees in here, the garden, all those hedges and stuff should be pushed back all the way to those. We had it arranged for somebody to come out here and bush hog this whole side of the property down to this corner down here, knock it all the way in, because there's a little creek in here at the base of these trees. They were going to knock it all the way in so that we could keep the garden, you know, from being overtaken by a lot of this is dewberry, which is just a evil plant, and have it go all the way down and wrap around here. And so now we're looking for somebody else. So if anybody's local to us that knows somebody that's got a heavy-duty bush hog, because some of these saplings and things are you know, 2 to 3 inches through, and yeah, we have to get as much of that knocked down as possible so that it doesn't encroach too much more on the garden. It's not so bad here because of the curvature of it, but yeah, we need to get this pushed back in, and from here it's at least 20 feet in. Try and show you in there to the base of this tree, and then if you see the base of this tree, and then there's another tree, and then there's a creek that runs right back in there at about 25 feet from where I'm standing. So all of this, all this bushes and everything else has to be knocked down and out of here, and that'll be the best thing. You can also see we got some poison oak growing in there, poison ivy growing, so that'll be nice and itchy later. The white flowers are going to be actual wild berries, which will be nice. One of my wife's sheets decided to blow into the dewberry, and yeah, we're not going in after it because that stuff hurts. But yeah, all of this should be knocked down, because you can see it's just growing and getting closer to the garden, and it is evil stuff to try and dig out. This stuff goes vines and vines into everything and starts popping up everywhere. I mean, you can see where it is over here, and then it's actually vining underneath and popping up way over here. This is all part of that dewberry plant that's way over here. It's just growing up, and it runs underground and runs underground. You see it all here, running underground, and eventually it'll just run right back into the garden. It took us forever to get all that stuff out of there and get the garden prepped right the way we like it. So this all has to be knocked down. It looks like a major job. It'll probably take a bush hog person with the right equipment about 20 minutes just to knock this down and just mulch it all down, and then we'll just like push it, you know, over to maybe the other side of the little creek bed over there. I don't want to block the creek because the creek feeds a larger creek that's in the back that draws the deer in. But yeah, that's what we've got. Yes, and it's a beautiful day out here, or a beautiful evening out here in South Carolina. So hopefully you guys like the little quick garden update. Actually, wasn't that quick. And we're gonna finish watering everything for the evening, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video or the scenery or the information. Yeah, beautiful day. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And as always, we will talk to you later.